Is anybody else on?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
No.
Tony's not on yet.
No, and they can hear you.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Let me see who's online with us. Art's online, always. Hey, thanks for that info you sent me yesterday, by the way. Let's see.
Ruby,
Ruby,
aloha.
aloha. Gosh, I want to be in Hawaii.
Me too.
Yeah.
Ruby, you have no idea. I've been bugging Bob to take me to Hawaii for years.
Yeah.
So now we got an excuse. We got a friend, Ruby, to come see you.
Yeah, exactly. Willie's online.
Sergey
Escobar's online. Leonard, how you doing, buddy? Is online. Let's see. Neil, how? Thanks, Neil, for jumping on. Meredith is on. Hi, Meredith. You're the first topic I'm going to cover this morning.
Walt Brown, good morning.
Walt Brown's online. Joe Jones is online. Hey, Joe, I just want to shout out to you, man. Appreciate you setting that call up the other day. I'm sure we'll circle back around this, week or so whenever you get those other people on time. But I just want to thank you for the hard work you're putting in. Just so you guys know, Joe is down in Florida. He's a FedEx driver, probably works 24/7 by the looks of. He was telling me he works 7 days a week. I'm sure with all that's going on, package business has increased, huge numbers.
I love my FedEx guy. He brings me presents all the time.
Yeah. So anyway, Joe, I just want to thank you for your help on that. Let's see.
Kevin in Tucson, they signed up 3 restaurants this week, Kevin and Laurel.
Oh, nice. How many of you guys got down there?
A lot.
Yeah.
They just need some customers and drivers.
We can light them up. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. We're starting to get a lot of people inquiring, chain restaurants, individual owners, all that kind of stuff that we're, starting to make inroads into some of these markets pretty substantially.
Jim Clover's in Anaheim.
Hi, Jim.
Legacy Rideshare, good morning.
Good morning, William.
Willie in Orlando.
Okay.
Gotta get Orlando going. I see Norma Marie is starting to repost some stuff in Spanish and saying, Orlando, get to work.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to cover. A lot of little stuff to cover. I think that Tony might not be on this morning. I know I don't know if you guys know, but he's a professional pickleball player. So there's some tournaments going on right now. So I think he's in the midst of that. He was also a professional tennis player one time in his life. But, age catches up, so you have to go to the next thing, which is easier, which is pickleball. But it's not that easy. You guys play at a tremendous pace. Anyway, let me get started here. Meredith sent me in an email the other day, which was good, and it outlined some of the information I gave about if there's multiple restaurant signups, if it's a chain or an individual group or whatever it might be, we set a program up for X, Y, and Z. And I wish it was that easy. What we're finding is that when you have multiple restaurant signups, just come to the company and let's work a deal with them, because everyone is different. It depends if they want to be integrated into a platform that they're already on, or they may not, they may not want to use tablets. They may want to use some other way to hook into our API or whatever it might be. So I'm going to leave that into a state of, it's flexible. We'll take a look at it as each of those deals come by, what we can do for them. So there's nothing written in stone right now about that. So I hope everybody understands. So if you get something, don't say yes until you go, get a hold of myself or Tony, and then we can go down that road with you guys and figure it out. It took us a couple times around the block to get George Graham's deal sorted out, and we did a good job on that. And he's going to make enrollment fees along with the 40 cents. So that's all I want to say about that. So thanks, Meredith, for passing that information along. Another issue that's come up this week, we got an email from one of the radio stations in Nashville. And I want to thank everybody because we had a great interview with the ABC news affiliate there in Nashville. And I know you guys are trying to help, but the problem is when 15 people or so individually call up a radio station, it's almost like harassment to them, and they get a little upset. So we got a nasty gram for them. So anybody that's, that's making those calls, appreciate the help, but don't do it because it's just going to make people crazy. We have a whole team of people on the PR side that's not connected to the company, that we outsource that. When we're ready to go into a market, when we really light it up, not what we've been doing in Nashville, we're just now starting getting there. We're getting many more signups of restaurants every day now. The drivers, Art's done a great job reaching out to the drivers there. We're starting to activate more drivers. So we got to get a game plan down that works. So when we go into a market, we can turn it on in 30 days or 40 days. That's the norm in the industry, is when one of these companies goes into a market, they can light it up in about 30 to 40 days. And that's the cycle we need to get on, so we can start opening a market a week. So that means we have to have 10 or so markets identified and getting after them. And then as they start coming alive, we turn them on. So keep that in mind. But yeah, so no TV, no radio stations, no outreach from you guys. I appreciate it, but it comes back to bite us. So we just got to be very cool about that. Starting this week, it's already in the system. A new enrollee for a driver, customer, or a restaurant will get a welcome email immediately once they start or complete the sign-up process with them. The driver will get actually two. They'll get soon as they start the process, they'll get a welcome email, and it'll tell them also what things they need to do while they're in the process. And then when they're complete and approved, they'll get another one. Now, I know the next question is, I'm a rep and I enroll somebody and that person signs up. Am I going to get an email that says, hey, this person just signed up with me? No, you're not right now. Maybe later down the road in a month or so. We have so many things on our plate we need to get done to make this much more efficient. There's going to be some announcements later this week that are going to really blow you guys away. That's going to help you guys. But no, you're not going to get emails that person signed up. All you have to do though is go in My People, click on it, and you'll see people that have signed up. One of the things that this came up last week and the week before and the week before is, hey, I signed this person up, or these 3 people, and they didn't show up in my back office, and they told me they signed up. If they signed up, it would be there. Most of the people that tell you they signed up don't sign up. Okay, just a matter of fact. So you need to stay on top of your business. We can't manage, but can you imagine when we get to 50, 60,000 people, which we will, with some of the new stuff we're going to be talking about later this week, we couldn't keep up with it. So you have to manage your business. It's your business. It's not our business. It's your business. Okay. So we would love to help you everywhere we can, but we can't be in the minutia and the detail. There's a couple of things I'm going to go over also on that. So that's what's going on with the emails. So that's already programmed in the system. The apps are out for approval right now with Apple and Android. So as soon as once they're approved, there'll be automatic emails coming out next week. A couple other things have been brought to my attention. And I for the life of me, don't understand how the math works, where people sign up, like I would sign up and have 2 or 3 accounts when the policy in the company is 1 account. I don't know how you can delete yourself from the fact that if you put all your focus into one thing you do, you're going to be great at it. If you put yourself in a position of 2 or 3 or 4 accounts that you think you can, make more money that way, it's an impossible task. It's not going to happen. I don't care who tells you. I don't care if somebody told you, oh, I've done this for 30, 40 years in the network marketing game or affiliate game. It really doesn't work that way. If you read any stats and you understand, so just go focus on one business. And I'll tell you the problem. Customer support gets emails. Hey, I can't get into my account. Soon as they say that they can't get in their account, the first thing we do, we start really looking up their accounts, because typically they forgot the email address associated. They forgot the phone number that's associated with it. So they can't get in. 99% of the time, that's the truth, what happens. So we're going to go back and clean out all these accounts that have, multiple, one person has multiple accounts. It's against company policy because it causes more problems and you're not going to make more money that way. You're in fact going to make less money because you're not as effective. one of the other things that I want to bring up along those lines, people are signing up with fake names. You know, you're putting your information in, but you're using a fake name. And I guess somebody might have told them that was a smart thing to do because you can, you know, hedge against the IRS or some other stuff. I'm just trying to help you guys, you know, so I'm not at the point where I'm saying, you know, you guys are making horrific mistakes, but you really are, because how can I pay you if I don't have your right name? So what's going to happen is because the e-wallet's going to start paying this week. The e-wallet's up. We're going to talk about that in a minute. E-wallet's up. So how am I going to pay you if you have a fake name? I can't just push your e-wallet and you're, you know, and some of the names are funny. They're hysterical. Actually, I've seen a bunch of them. But what I recommend, if you put in a fake name or anybody you've enrolled that's done that, you need to go back and change and put your real name in it if you want to get paid. It's pretty simple. But e-wallet's up and running. When you get into the Canadian part to sign up for the e-wallet, still doesn't have the provinces stuff on it, but it'll accept it. And this week that'll be finished up. That's on the next iteration that's on the apps that have to be approved, and they'll be sent in probably on Monday.
Make sure you sign up for the e-wallet.
Yeah, that's the other thing is, if you have not signed up for the e-wallet, it's pretty simple. Go in and sign up for the e-wallet now, because that's how you're going to get paid.
That's the only way, starting Monday.
So yes, okay. So you need to go sign up for the e-wallet. It's really simple. It's not hard at all. Let me see, fake names. We are starting the process to open up Lori's Morehead City, which is by Raleigh, North Carolina. She's got the requisite number of restaurants, and she's working on the amount of drivers and also customers there. We anticipate opening it up in less than 30 days, maybe 30 days from now, something like that. But anyway, we've sent out the invoices. It'll be the last time we're sending out any invoices manually. Everything else is electronic. Just easier because she started the process earlier. So we sent all that out. So we're looking to light her up and get her rolling here by the 1st of April or sooner. But she's done a great job. So the people, and I just saw where Norma Marie in Spanish was telling people get moving. We have about 6,000 or 7,000 drivers that signed up with us in Orlando. And we're going to open Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, and Atlanta. So I would encourage you guys, if you really want to be in the business, start recruiting restaurants and getting them signed up. It's up to you. How fast you open a market is how fast you build. It's that simple. If you're committed to making money, you can open these markets, but we're committed to these markets. We have multiple restaurants that have already signed up with us, George's Restaurants, and we have a couple others. So that's what's going on there. But I would encourage you guys to get rolling. And we're going to be reaching out to all the drivers in those markets. All of you are connected to some driver. In the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, we have 18 or 20,000 people that have signed up with us. So I'd go back into that group. Atlanta, I think we have 2,000 to 3,000 signups there. And some of the people there have been coming back in the last week or two. We're going to get started to opening that market up. So those are the things we're doing for market openings right away. Nashville's coming along. It still needs more drivers, still needs more restaurants, but we're starting to pick up the business and things are running pretty smoothly. Let's see what's next. Fake names. Michael Rickoff made some flyers for us as a company for you guys to use. And they're really nice. They're posted up in the Facebook group under files, and you can go in there and download them, and we're going to be posting it up in the back office. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to use it because it's a great product, but do not come to support and ask us to fill out your information that you need to put on that document, okay? It doesn't do support any good to try to do it for you because they don't have your information. They have to look it up, then they'd have to put it in. And it's time consumer, it's your business. This is easy stuff. It's not hard. You put your name and all that kind of stuff, your referral code, all of it right on there. So that's where those two flyers are located. Michael's done a super job. He's just tried to reach out and help everybody. So
there's three. There's one for customers, one for drivers, one for restaurants.
Yeah, so there's 3 different flyers. So, but use those and just learn how to use the tools we have. Let's see what else. Canada, e-wallets, I already talked about, welcome letters.
Yeah, Walt Brown is saying, my family is in Canada. Can they sign up as a customer?
Absolutely. Can
On
sign
Monday.
up. On Monday, yes. This, the new apps are in for approval right now, or not the new apps, the apps with the updates.
Gotcha.
We update the apps at least twice a week. So twice a week they go in for approval. Takes Apple usually 2 to 3 days. Android usually in 1 day or less. So one of the other things that, you know, you have to think about things that you do. Okay, so one of the things that happens, we run these promos and we want to continue to do promotional activity with earn a piece of the rock, or, you know, part of the company through stock options, through your hard work, your energy you put into it. But what's happening, people are calling in the middle of a promo and said, hey, how many stock options did I get? That's not the way it works. We're not going to spend any time because the system picks all that information up. And then what happens, we have to, at the end of the promotion, which takes about 6 or 7 days, we audit the accounts. And then we post and send you a stock option award document. So you have a document, okay? And please do not call or send emails to support during the promotional period asking for an update on how much they've earned. Now it's to you guys to pass that along to your other people, not the companies. I mean, we're going to send out emails and things along that way, but if you're really in the game, these are the things you need to think about to run your business. Also, if you're a driver or a restaurant merchant, we put in into the driver back office, you will see the information on how to update your banking. So let's say you're banking with B of A this month and you decide, oh, I got a better deal, I'm going to a different bank. You want to change your banking. So you can go in your back office if you're the driver and click on where it says MIDS, it's merchant ID, it's your account, and you can go in there and change your banking information.
By contacting.
Yeah, you have to contact click. None of your banking information, social security numbers, card numbers, is stored on our website at all. It's all third party, it's all secured. Click is a significant card processor. They follow best practices for securing their information. So you'll click over, you'll get into their website, and then you'll have to go in and change your account information.
You have to verify your social security. You have to verify your details along with the MID number.
Yeah. So also the same thing, you go in the restaurant merchant account if you're a restaurant and you want to change your banking information, you just do the same thing. You'll see that information in their merchant account back office, and they can change that information on that. So that just went up. It's up now, or is it up Monday?
The MID?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's been up since last week.
Okay, so it's been up for a week now. Let's see. It's about all I've got right now. So I guess I'll open for some questions, Q&A.
What about Vegas?
What about Vegas?
When are we opening Vegas?
Well, there's only that I know of 1 or 2 people working the market here. I mean, it's you guys, when are we opening Vegas? Go get 100 or 200 restaurants. For Vegas, got over 6,000 restaurants. So to open this market, you're going to need at least a couple hundred. So it's up to you guys when we open a market. I mean, if I could run around this market and sign up, you know, I bet I could sign up 5 restaurants a day. You just have to be tenacious about it. Darius is signing restaurants up. Darius is the only guy, maybe one other, that I've seen is signing up restaurants. You know, so the success of the company is built around you. We provide the tools. If you want to have your market, like let's take Lori, for example. She went and said, look, I can't open up Raleigh, but I can open up a small suburb outside of Raleigh, and I can get 30 restaurants, and I can get X drivers, and I can get X. So guess what? She just went in and did that. She got 30 restaurants. So think about how much money she's going to make by working probably, you know, 90 days, 60 days, getting that set up. And then it's pretty much passive income as long as you stay in contact with your restaurants, you know?
So one thing I want to clarify, because you just said it, and I know all of you write support and ask them. Bob said that Lori could open with 30 restaurants. Does that mean, Pam, if you're on here, Pam, welcome back, Boston, I can open with 30 restaurants?
No, the reason we opened her with 30 restaurants, we looked in the market to say how many restaurants are in her market. So there's about 60 restaurants in her market. So she opened up half of them. I mean, can you imagine if you opened up half the restaurants in Las Vegas? You'd have 3,000, restaurants online with you. But that's the point. You guys keep asking. I keep talking about Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, West Palm Beach, Atlanta. We've been talking about it for months.
And if you look at the market tracker now, you can see.
Yeah, you can go on in the back office, look up market tracker. You can see penetration. So as soon as we sign somebody up in Atlanta, either a restaurant or driver, it pops right up. It's immediate. Okay. Now there is some activity in Atlanta right now. I haven't seen any activity other than in Miami, other than, a couple of restaurant signups. William's going down there. He's got 27 that he's going to activate when he gets down there at the end of this month in March. But that means we need probably a couple hundred restaurants to light those markets up, because those are big drive time markets,
Because currently there's 11.
Yeah.
In Miami and Fort Lauderdale that have paid $1.
Yeah. So it's 11.
And there's a lot of drivers. A lot.
We have 18,000 to 20,000 drivers in our system from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, in our system right now. So that means somebody on this call has signed some of those people up. You should go in your back office and start looking at those people so you can engage them and get them working with you.
And there are some people that coming back this week that were from South Florida back in the day. Yeah. And they want to get started again. So
a lot of people are starting to wake up again. They want to see what's going on. They see Nashville up. They know we're going to Canada. We got some great contacts in Canada. Leonard's done a super job in working with us on the ghost kitchens and other things that he's working on. So it just takes energy. So when you say, when are we going to open? As soon as you guys get enough restaurants, I'll crank it. Believe me. It doesn't do the company any good not to have openings. I mean, I'd love to get to opening a market a week. I mean, if you look what Kevin's doing in Tucson, Kevin, with a little help, maybe gets 2 or 3 more people helping lighten up, turn on restaurants. We could open that market, in probably 4, 5, 6 weeks and get it going. So what other questions?
When will the compensation plan be available again in the back office?
Hopefully I'll get a copy of it over the weekend from Tony, and once we proof it, make sure, and we'll get it up probably no later than Tuesday.
Oh, this is good. I forgot about this. Thank you, Willie. What is the best YouTube video to show restaurant owners? Evelyn is going to do a new one on Monday.
Yeah.
For restaurant owners. She's probably going to make that like a monthly thing.
Yeah.
So we'll send out that email announcement for the schedule.
Yeah. So she's working on some new videos. We're trying to, if you go back and archive and look at stuff that was done 4 months ago, there's been updates to the software, just like the MID. It's in their restaurant merchant account, so they can go change their banking info. It's all those little things that we have to update. So that's why she's continually doing new videos.
I don't know what this is talking about. How long will we be offering 249?
249 for what?
I don't know what's 249 miles. I guess are you combining the activation and the membership? I guess it's like 249-ish.
Yeah.
How long are we offering that?
Okay, so they're not tied together.
Right.
So it's $149.99 to sign up and activate. It's a one-time cost. Okay, one time. Never again to be paid once they're up and running. We pay a commission on that of $50. We have with optional, which is the membership fee. It's $99.99. You make $50 on that, and that's an annual payment. It's a membership fee, much like Costco or Prime or any of that kind of stuff. Now, if you do the math, we've kept the prices at this level. We'll probably continue to keep them for a while, maybe another 90 days or so. The membership fee at $99 is so ridiculously cheap because it's $1 difference. So it wouldn't take you very long to make up that $1. You do simple math. If you save $1, or every time for the first 99 deliveries, you already got your money back. And assuming most of these restaurants are doing, if they do minimally, 10 to 15 deliveries a day, some of these restaurants are doing hundreds of deliveries a day. So you can see the value of it. For right now, it's $149.99 for the one-time activation fee, $99.99 annually for membership fee.
Yvette wants to know about Verb.
Yeah, Verb. So Verb is almost done. I mean, we've supplied them with all the information that they need. We'll probably see a version of that this week. Tony's been working with them very closely. So it's really up to Verb at this point, because we've done everything we had to do. So we should have an update from them this week, but we would like to get them connected up in the next 4, 5, or 6 days. Our programmer said it's going to take us 2 days to integrate into their system through an API. So as soon as we're done with that, then we'll try to get them lit up. It's really disappointing. Every time we turn around, it's a new story, but they're the best guys in the space. So we're going to have to,
You gotta get it right.
Yeah, got to get it right. So
Willie is a fortune teller. When will Trip have a replicated website?
Gee, Willie.
You ruined the surprise, Willie.
Yeah. How about this answer? Really, 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 really soon.
And Bob will probably do a special YouTube announcement as soon as it's ready.
Yes.
Yeah. So you'll all be excited.
You'll be excited. It's going to be pretty cool, but I'm not telling you when, but I'll give you about a 20-minute notice when I do a YouTube video on it so I can show it to you.
So make sure your notifications are turned on. How many restaurants and drivers do I need to open Minneapolis? I don't think there's any right now, so probably a lot.
Yeah, you should call TC. TC calls me, emails me, texts me, usually once or twice. Well, yeah, like 2, 3 times a month. But I haven't seen any productivity out of there. Actually, we're looking at some, restaurants up there in that whole northern market, and so it's really North Dakota, South Dakota, Minneapolis, Wisconsin, all that kind of area up there. So we're taking a look at that.
Dwayne's here. Hi, Dwayne. Thank you for all your hard work this week. He went and met with a bunch of restaurants, helped them with their iPad. He even took one iPad home and fixed it.
Yeah, Dwayne's our go-to guy.
Dwayne, you're our Nashville Mr. Fix-It for sure. Walt Brown. Oh, Walt, maybe it was you this week then that did this. My question is, my dry cleaner wants to sign up. Can he? So can I tell him what happened this week?
Yeah, go ahead.
So earlier this week, I don't know if any of you noticed, but it doesn't work now because we turned it off. But there used to be a thing on there for grocery.
Yeah, the grocery, you could have clicked on it and you could put your name and information on the pickup, whatever kind it is.
And we thought that it was turned off. But earlier this week, we had a grocery pickup order in Washington State. I think that's where you are, Walt.
Yeah.
And Evelyn was like, what is this? What do we do with this?
Yeah.
And so anyways, it got, whoever did it, they canceled right away. They were probably just playing. And we did turn that off everywhere. So it's not on anywhere. Yeah. But Walt, as soon as we turn that back on, your dry cleaner can use that.
Yeah. So one of the things we're going to do once we get Nashville up and rolling in the next 60, 90 days, where it's really got, it's vibrant and things are going on, then we're going to turn on the other app for groceries. So the game plan internally is get these markets rolling just in the restaurant pickup. But once you have traction, you have drivers, you want to keep that driver moving. So we'll have grocery pickup. We'll start with that, but then we'll also include anything else. If somebody has something at Home Depot they need picked up or dry cleaning picked up or anything, we'll pick it up for them as long as it fits in the car. You're not going to get a 4x8 piece of plywood and stick it in your car. But if it's a packaged goods, we'll pick it up for them. So that keeps the drivers busy. And that's the most important thing. So we can pick up the slacks, just not by doing restaurants, but groceries and any other kind of delivery. So that's already built in. We actually have an Instagram software kind of product that we've already built out too. It's in the system. So what we want to do is get traction in a market.
Instacart.
Yeah, Instacart rather. So we as we gain traction, we'll start unleashing more of these programs in these markets. So it keeps the driver busy.
Sarah, hey, I'm going to ask your question, but I'm going to have Bob explain to you.
What is it?
Is it possible to add an upgrade button to become a driver in the consumer app?
No, it's not possible. The way it's programmed, if you sign up as a consumer and then you decide to be a driver, then what happens, your information that you've already signed up as a consumer shifts over to the driver. So you only use the driver app. You can refer and earn on that driver app. You can do all the other things on the driver app that you could do on the consumer app. There's no need for two, but we have the driver app separate for multiple reasons. One is people just want to drive. Somebody doesn't want to, do any referral partner business, any of that stuff. They just want to drive and be left alone. So that's why we have a separate app for it. So if a person wants to do both, then it's very easy for them to do.
So all they have to do, I wouldn't even call that upgrade. You're not upgrading to be a driver. So you're either a customer or a driver.
Now, those are only two things in our business, customers or drivers.
Right. If you're a customer, you can be a marketer in your Refer and Earn tab. If you're a driver, even if you signed up on the customer app, all you have to do is go log in on the driver app.
Yeah.
It's not like anything, you don't have to do anything special. You go log in on the driver app and you submit your documents, you're a driver. And then on that app, you can become a marketer.
Yeah.
So, and then really, I think Bob answered your question about groceries. Meredith's asking again for clarification on multiple restaurants. Do you mean if an owner wants to register more than one restaurant, we should contact support, or more than 5, or more than 10, or what?
Correct. That's what I said earlier.
And he didn't say contact support. He said contact him or Tony.
Yeah. So contact myself or Tony, particularly Tony, because he's got the greater experience in this. We want to leave it open. We don't want to be so dogmatic. It's this thing or that thing, because we don't know. Every one of these systems are different. Okay. So each one takes more time. If they want an integration into this or into that, or we're trying to solve these kinds of problems for them. To say hard and fast, it's going to be exactly this or exactly that is the wrong method. So just do what I ask. Contact Tony or myself. Send us an email. Tell us the restaurants, how many they have, whatever. I'm sure you'll get an email back 30, 40 minutes. At least you will from me. I know Tony's pretty quick on the trigger also.
James Jones, I don't understand your question. Are there plans to create updated training videos on how to sign up restaurants by phone or in person? Does that mean how Evelyn's doing the training on Monday for restaurant signups?
Yeah.
Is that question?
I think,
Okay.
I think, yeah, we're updating. Look, we update all the videos, whether it's a driver's pretty consistent. There's not a lot to update on that, but on the restaurant side or on some of these other programs that we have videos. I mean, if you haven't been to YouTube, go on there, our channel, and you'll see literally hundreds of videos. And we're doing updates all the time. The one that.
Right now we're getting complaints that we have too many videos.
Yeah.
So
we're probably going to take down a lot of the older videos, just take them down because they don't do any good. They confuse people.
They have good information, but you guys are having too many options.
Yeah.
So
anyway, we're updating videos all the time. You just got to look, we do trainings all the time during the week. We post them every week, what days are being trained, all that kind of stuff. Use the tools you have. I mean, you're entrepreneurs, right? Everybody here is an entrepreneur. So you got to take responsibility for your own success and failures.
I think this person's probably late to the party, but how do we get a city signed up that doesn't have it yet?
How does a city get signed up? Every city is online with us right now in the United States and Canada.
On Monday, Canada on
Monday. But what I'm saying is any city can be opened at any time. It's up to you. So if you live in small town Nebraska or big city LA and you carve out a market, go get enough restaurants so we can operate there. You cannot open 10 restaurants and think you're going to be successful, or 5 restaurants and think you're going to be successful in a major market.
2 drivers.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta, it's common sense. You gotta have a girth of restaurants signed up and corresponding requisite of drivers signed up and consumers. In the restaurant business, it's 2 to 3 to 1 per restaurant for drivers. Maybe less in a small market, because a small market geographically may be 4 or 5 miles. But when you get in bigger markets, it could be 10 or 12 miles. It just depends. But I keep telling you guys, it's not up to me when we open a market. It's up to you. It's how fast you want to work. So if you live in, like Pam's up in the Boston market. So she's in a market that has bigger geographic than
Morehead
City. So she's going to need more restaurants to cover and more drivers to cover before we can open that market. But what's the number? I haven't done the research in her market. I don't know, but I can. And I can see, you know, if we're looking for, you know, 5-6% market share day one. So it's not hard. You just go into market and define it. Go on Google and search how many restaurants are in X city or X where.
And Lori is a perfect example. She did this all by herself. I don't know what the radius is of her. It's a very small radius.
Yeah.
It's like a little beach town. It's near the Outer Banks, North Carolina, if you don't know where that is. It's south of there. So she has done this all by herself. Those are all her restaurants. Those are all her drivers. Those are all her customers. She's going to drive. So if there's something we can't get a driver, we're going to be calling Lori to get out of bed and go deliver donuts at 6 in the morning, or like 2 in the morning. That one in Nashville. So it can be done. Lori has proven that it can be done, and it didn't take her long. It's a couple of 6 weeks.
Yeah. So it's up to you when we open markets. I have no way, unless I go hire salespeople as a company and put those salespeople in a market to open a market, then you guys have lost the opportunity to go open that market, because I'm sure if we were paying people 8-10 hours a day, they could open a market very quickly. But our business model is referral marketing, so that's not what we're doing. So when somebody says, when are we going to open a market? It's up to you. I mean, I wish we could open a market a week right now. Do you understand the traction, the value? Every time you guys open a market, if you have stock options, that stock will go up, even if we're not public, just internally when we're calculating valuation for the company. A company that has 1 market up is worth X. A company that has 10 markets up is worth X. A company that has 100 markets up is worth a lot. And that's the goal. We got to get there. But I can't, you know, you guys are entrepreneurs. You're an army of volunteers is what everybody tells me. So if that's the case, if you want to open a market, then you have to go get enough people in that market to help you open a market. You have to take a leadership role. But if you're doing that, you'll make bank. I mean, George Graham is in a sweet position.
Mr. C's Delivery says, what if we sign up a concentrated bunch of restaurants in North Las Vegas? Could we open up that specific part of Las Vegas?
Yes, if you open up, and I know North Las Vegas because I live here, right? So yeah, it's a separate market than the greater Las Vegas. So North Las Vegas, and you have the greater downtown, not the strip, but a greater downtown area full of restaurants. And then you have Henderson also. So yeah, we could open Henderson just by itself.
Open Lake Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I'll order every day.
Yeah. So.
Joe Jones, the deal he's working is Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Boca Del Rey. Yes.
Yeah.
We've got lots of drivers there, so they'll be ready to go, Joe. Chantel. Chantel, your question. I'm glad you're asking, because then you obviously don't understand how Trip works. Washington has a cap of 15% for third-party delivery fees and no more than 18% in commissions. I just want to make sure this is something we consider when we're trying to recruit restaurants.
Well, first of all, we don't take a percentage. So obviously you need to get up to speed on what our business model is. We charge a flat fee for delivery for the restaurant. It's $2 or $3. Thank you. The order could be $100. We don't care. It's $2 or $3. So if it's a $100 order, then we're charging 2% if they're a member and 3% non-member. So it's far under the cap. And as far as tips go, we just moved our tip we had it at 10%. And I think, did you get the change put in at 15? So it's moved to 15%. We're trying to work with the drivers, put more in your pocket. So we moved the actual tip up to 15%. But keep in mind, the driver can adjust it up or down. But we put this in at 15% of the order. Okay, so if the order is $100, then the driver would get a 15% tip. That's $15. So we're trying to help. There was a driver that came online. I think he worked for Uber or one of the other Uber Eats. and he has a significant number of followers. And he actually turned out he works in Vegas, and he did a delivery, and he was actually in tears. And I happened to see it, and it's unbelievable. So he takes a delivery, gets to the place. There's no parking for him to go up and run upstairs and drop off the order. So he called up the person to order the order and say, hey, can you help me out? Can you come downstairs and pick up the order? Because there's no place for me to park. The guy refused to do it. So the guy now had to pay $3 to get, his car parked. Then he had to get out, hustle upstairs, give him the order, and he got all of $1.50 tip. And then what do you think Uber Eats gave him? $2.25.
No, I think it was just $2.
Well, whatever. It's $2 or $2.25.
So he made 50 cents.
So the guy made like 50 cents net after paid his $3. He was in tears. And I watched that, and that's when I told Amy, I said, we need to change the tip from 10 to 15%.
But also, these are the people. His name's Riley Elliott. If you want to blow somebody up, go get him in Trip. These are the people that, we do this because we want to help people. We want drivers to make more money, restaurants to make more money. This is where we want to help people, not I got to move somebody and I didn't get my stock or whatever. This is what we're here for. This is what we're doing this for. This guy here, I'll show you a picture of him. If you want to, his name's Riley Elliott, but he was on, if you can see that, he was on the Talk.
Yeah,
this
Talk.
Week. Terry's on here. Thank you, Terry, for sharing that with them. But these are the people you should be going after. Drivers that are driving right now, they know the deal. They're not making any money, and that you tell them they're guaranteed to make.
Well, our flat guarantee is $5.40 in Nashville, right? That's the minimum guarantee plus 75 cents a mile after the first mile. So we're trying to, again, put more money in the pocket of the drivers. That's our whole goal. It's been that way from day one. They get 100% of the ride fare itself. We have to make a little bit of money ourselves. So, we don't charge anywhere near our competitor pricing. We should be dominating these markets. I mean, it's just so simple. At $2 or $3 for a restaurant, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I had a catering guy chase us down in Houston that's connected to it's a franchise, but they're in 30 states. And they came to us. I talked to the guy at length yesterday. We're going to go back and get him a quote. But, and he just,
He has 2,900 customers, weekly customers.
Yeah. So the things that are out there to do are easy. This is about you guys deciding. Look, I know most of you on this call, I'm sure, have other jobs, or else, you have to feed your families, you have to take care of yourself, you have car payments, rent, all that kind of stuff. I get that. That's one of the reasons we're trying to make it easy for people. But, when you see a driver like that, a guy's been with Uber Eats so long, and he says, I just can't make money, and he starts crying. I mean, it was painful. And I actually told Amy right then, let's just move the minimum, up, for the tip up to 15%. Some of the people will let it stay because they think, hey, I'm helping this driver. And some of the people might back it down to 10% or 5%. And the real cheapskates did what they did to this guy. They paid him $1.50 for his time.
If you haven't seen it, you can change it. You can pick the percent, or you can change the amount in the tip window.
Yeah.
So it's still up to you. It's just that the default will be 15%.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, Chantel, we don't take anything. We're not charging anything on the restaurant fee.
In fact, we encourage the restaurants to keep the same pricing they've been selling through Uber Eats and all those guys, so they can put more money in their pocket. Pretty simple stuff.
I think Chris is a new marketer this week. Chris Capsack, he wants to know, when you sign up the restaurant, do you send them the customer app or the restaurant link? You send them the restaurant link. So, Chris, you send them the restaurant link, and that's where they put in their details for their restaurant, and that's when they pay their $1 if they're not in Nashville. If they are in Nashville, they pay the full activation fee at that time. Once they sign up and they're in their merchant panel, they have the refer and earn details there, just like everybody else does. And what Bob keeps saying, we got stuff to work on. We still have not been able to finish our merchant app because we've been doing so many other things.
Yeah, I mean, we have a group of technology people that are very sophisticated, but we can't just overburden them with 50 things at once because nothing will get done. So we're really at the end of a lot of the stuff we wanted to get done.
So once we get the merchant app up, Chris, what I was going to say is for the restaurants, we say merchant's the same as restaurant. You would send them either the app or they could do it online. So, and then they will have refer and earn just like everybody else does. Yeah. They can become a merchant if they want, or excuse me, a marketer if they want to,
right?
Just like everybody else does. So they'll be able to enjoy the benefits just like everybody.
Yeah.
And Chris, come to Evelyn's training tomorrow.
It's Monday.
Or Monday. Sorry, I was thinking Sunday.
Yeah, she's going to update. Look, there's a lot of nuances to the restaurant merchant panel. I mean, people say, well, can't us run a promotion 10% off? Well, we can't because we don't get their money. We have no control over anybody's money. That's the uniqueness of what we do. We're able to lower our cost because we have a very solid discipline on operating costs. So the model is set up for the restaurant to do their work. So if a restaurant wants to run a $10 off, $5 off, 10% off coupon, it's in the back office. All they got to do is go in there and set it up. It takes them about 20 seconds. Everything is very user friendly. You just got to go in there and do it. Oh, that's the other thing. Please do not sign up test stores. We do not need test stores. It just screws us up because we can't disseminate whether it's a test store or a real store. Or a restaurant, rather.
The restaurant team's running around trying to get in touch with the person. And then if we can't get in touch with them, what happens is we erase them.
Yeah.
And our fear is what if we erase them and it is a real restaurant?
Yeah.
So it's just, there's no point in it.
Our system is bulletproof. Believe me, we got restaurants online. It takes us literally once we have the menu, usually get it done by the next day and up. So, and we have the ability to, if we got 100, 200 menus a day, it's not a problem. We have an outsource that also can keep up with growth. We're set up for speed, but right now we're, crawling. We got to get to the point that this rapidly, accelerates.
Alexander signed up as a marketer yesterday.
Thank you, Alexander.
Congratulations. He wants to know, is the strategy to sign up drivers first versus the restaurant?
No.
Everything.
You have to, you got to be able to walk and chew bubble gum and talk all at the same time. So here's the thing. Restaurants are the key because without a restaurant, we have no food orders. So we don't need any drivers, right? So restaurants are the key. So go get the restaurant signed up. At the same time, work your marketing side of your business for drivers. It's very simple. I can tell you right now, you can go online, run a free Facebook business ad, right? Recruiting drivers for whatever city you're in. And typically you'll start getting leads out of that. If you need help in that, you can get a hold of Michael Colliff, who is an expert at it. He'd be glad to help.
Michael at bestdeliveryservices.com.
Yeah. So that's what you need, but you need restaurants first or simultaneously with drivers. And then you need customers. So you got to do a lot of things. We will unleash a customer requisition program, getting customers signing up in the cities once we have a significant number of restaurants signed up and a significant number of drivers.
Oh, this is a good one. Have we started paying out commissions in Nashville?
We pay out commissions every Monday.
From day one, we've been paying.
Every Monday we have, and some of the, frankly, we had some problems with paying people. Some people didn't want to be paid on PayPal right now. Some didn't want to be paid on Venmo. I'd rather take pay any way I can get it. I didn't know anybody was specific not to take pay.
Oh yeah.
But we been working on the e-wallet. There were a few challenges. They got them all fixed. They're all ready to go. The system works on the front end. It was the back end connectivity that they were having a problem because we do everything differently. Okay, I don't want to get into nuances of even opening Canada. It's different. It's a foreign country. So they have their own rules and regs. So the stuff that we do in the States doesn't apply. So we have to do other kinds of things to make it all work. So, but it's all up and running. You'll be paid through the e-wallet from now on. But we've been paying since day one. Every Monday is a payday, 8 days in the rears.
A lot of people asking for your email, Tony's email. Want to explain the way they email support first?
Yeah. So look, I'm not customer support. When I tell you I'll help on the side of, if you have multiple restaurants, I will do that. Okay, Tony will do that. That's his job, to help, just like mine. But to give out our email, I know it's going to happen. I'll get 100 emails. I cannot do my job doing your job. That's why we try to make things easy for you when you sign up, or this happens, or somebody talked about replicated sites. We're doing all the things we can do to help, but it's that old adage, I can take a horse to water, but I can't make him drink. It's the same thing you guys keep asking every week on these calls. When are we going to open this market? When are we going to? I've been saying this for a year. Here's how it works. As soon as you guys start drinking the water, I'm sure things will happen. But no, I'm not going to give out my email. I used to give out my email, my phone number, and I'd get 100 texts and 200 emails a day.
At
And
10 p.m.
my job has changed a lot over the last 6 months, 5 months, more driven on the finance side of the business. So for me as customer support, just go to customer support. And if it needs to be escalated to Tony and myself, we'll get it. Amy's here. They all know, here's the things that are sensitive. So if somebody sends, hey, I got 5 restaurants, what do I do?
Like this catering guy, the guy
Yeah,
this week, he wrote it to support.
Yeah.
Norm Marie sent it to me, and I set up a call for Bob to meet with the guy. See how easy that was?
Yeah. And somebody's going to get credit for it, not us. It doesn't help us.
Norm Marie.
Yeah. No,
I'm just
Norma
kidding.
would like to get credit for it, but she can't. But it'll get flipped out to the field at some point, because this is a franchise. So the franchise owner in Houston, but they're in 30 other states. So we have to, when the time's right, if we do a deal, then he'll do the introductions to these other guys, and we'll find out the leaders in those states, and they'll get flipped over them. So if you want to get some free, leads, that's the best way to do it. Be a producer, and you'll get the leads. We're not going to send leads to non-producers, believe me.
Ron, the answer is yes. It's already on YouTube. Can we have a demonstration of what the restaurant sees when they get their tablet and they get the app up? Well, the app's not done yet. So Ron, I don't know how to make you understand this, but you've told your restaurants that they have an app. So when they get their iPad, they are upset with us because we don't have an app for them. So Ron, I need you to stop telling, I hate to call you out like this, but you asked the question on there. If you're telling them they get a new iPad and we send them a refurbished one, they're upset. If you tell them that they got to get on the merchant app and we don't have an app yet, they're upset. So that we're sending Dwayne over to hug these people and make them happy again. But I need you to set realistic expectations. There is already a playlist on YouTube that goes through all of this stuff for the merchant. I did just get Evelyn to make a new video that is going to be iPad out of the box, turn it on, go to your merchant panel, not the app. When we have the app done, she'll probably have to make another one. But Ron, I need you to stop telling your restaurants there's an app.
Yeah, just so you know, there's no ride delivery company giving away new, iPads or any of this stuff. They're all refurbs, and there's nothing wrong with refurbs because you're not asking a lot amount of storage or computer power, any of that stuff. They're all guaranteed. So it's a huge cost to the company. Still, it costs us $100 with a used one, because as we turn it on and do all the things, it still costs the company $100 for one. So, and the app will be done when it gets done. It's been in play. We just got so many other things that we need to get done in front of it. They can still go online and order and get all their information up. We make it pretty easy for the restaurants to get their information up, unless it's a menu with 3,000 line items. But other than that, it makes it pretty simple to get them up. Look, we're going to have to get off here in a second. We've been going for almost an hour.
Let's ask one more question.
Last question.
Last question is about the promotion. When is it done?
When is the current promotion done? Tomorrow night, 28th, end of the month. So, and then we'll take about 5 or 6, 7 days to do an audit to make sure that these are all accounted for. We will be posting up the 2018 incentive stock option plan in the back office this week. The one thing I will not let it do, and the reason it's taking time, I do not want it printed out. So typically you guys can go in your back office and print things out. This is not a printable item. for a lot of reasons, because I know what happens. You guys will start printing it out and start sending it to people. And that you cannot do. You can't solicit. You can't do anything with this stuff. Yeah, we have certain rules we have to follow. But we will post it up. So for those that are curious, what does a stock option plan look like? By the time you get through the second page, you're going to shut it down anyway. There's like 32 pages of information on there. And most of it's all regulatory. But we will post it up so you guys can see. We have an authorized 2018 was authorized for X incentive stock option plan.
2 more things.
Okay.
So Willie, you got a lot of questions and you got a lot of people on here that are willing to help you. So I don't know who your sponsor is. I don't know who referred you, but simple things like how do drivers get paid? These are not questions for Bob. Yeah. These are questions for your referrer or these people here that are trying to help you. And then Meredith, open your ears. When is Canada going to be ready? I don't know how many times he said it, but this will be the last time he's going to say it.
I've said it today already. Canada's ready. E-wallet's up. Assuming that everything gets approved on tech through the Apple Store, and Android will go open for business on Monday.
Oh, and Koyette's on there. He put a little Canada flag.
Yay, our Canadian friend. Hey, Koyette, listen, I got to give you a call this week anyway. I want to talk to you about some other leads that are coming our way. So I wanted to talk to you about Canada. So, oh, Canada. So we got 2 national anthems in the house now.
That's it.
Okay, guys, listen, there's good information today. I just can encourage you to guys go to work, and I know a lot of you are working full time, so it's hard to do part-time work, but you may have to do some Saturdays, early evenings. But remember, in the restaurant business, the 2 busiest parts of the day are early evenings and also, lunchtimes. So I know it makes it more difficult to call in the off hours. If you guys need some experience on how to handle a restaurant, I would reach out to William at Legacy Rideshare. William's an expert, and he's been really extraordinarily helpful to the company. And if you follow his lead, you're going to be really successful.
Willie, his referrer is a long time ago gone. So Willie, if you get help from one of these people.
If somebody's helping you and you want to change because your guy left,
and you're in Orlando, we could put you in touch with Michael if you want.
Yeah.
Send me an email, Willie, amy@tripdelivers.com.
Yeah. So we can help you get with. The key is when you guys recruit somebody, you got to support them because they're actually working for you. They're out because you get a piece of everything they do, right? Same thing in the restaurant business. All of this stuff matters when you help your people that you've recruited or brought on, or even help others that, like Willie here, who doesn't have somebody that needs help, then help them, and Willie can get on, the videos and all that kind of stuff. But it's nothing better than having somebody reach out to you and say, hey, I can help you and get you going,
That's it.
All right, guys, listen, have a great weekend. Remember, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So if you want to start drinking, get to the water trough, okay?